Hello, welcome to my third match of the Grand Market Grand Prix tournament, playing Topher with some numbers after their name. Pretty much just go by Topher, I think. We've got some interesting different pieces here. We can build a draw engine with Ghost Ship and Mining Village and maybe University and maybe Devil's Workshop getting some imps. That kind of works with University. Well, that should work with University, getting a lot of imps. Imps are netting you a card. University costs you a card. Mining Village is neutral. Ghost Ship nets you a card. So you can make that stuff work. There's lighthouses to block your opponent's Ghost Ships, certainly, and that seems like it's going to be good. We're probably not building up to much more than Province, although with Displace you can build up and then start doing gold Province things. So certainly you're getting a province early on, and then maybe you're getting two provinces a little bit after that. So I think I'm going to follow suit and open sewers develop, try to get thin, turn the estates into silvers, and then move on from there. Turn the estates into silvers, trash the coppers, and then potentially we'll turn silvers into like Mining Village, Lighthouse, Ghost, Devil's Workshop, Lighthouse, that kind of thing. I didn't hit 3. I didn't hit the develop yet, so I assume I'm going to hit that next turn along with an estate, 3 coppers. If I'm lucky, that's the most likely is coppers on the bottom. So I'll be able to buy some 3 costs next turn. Obviously, it would have been nicer to hit 4 here, but can't do much about that. I think I'm just going to take a second develop. I don't really want another silver. I'm going to add those. Get it and possibly play another develop next turn. I could also consider already adding a Squire. You can develop a Squire into like a silver and a Ghost Ship, which is also kind of nice. But I can buy a Squire next turn if I feel like I want to do that. Moderately disastrous, 1 and 11 for bottom decking to develop, and I did. I've got 2 develops already, so I think I will just take a Mining Village here. But I'm going to be quite a bit thicker going into the second shuffle. And as usually happens when you get 2 terminals and one misses the shuffle, they usually collide. So I'm pretty far behind at this point. Just trash a copper, take a silver, I suppose, and turn. Not a very good start, but we'll see. I'd like to get some lighthouses now, although I'm going to be hitting like 5 here, 4 or 5. So with 5, I just take a Ghost Ship and realize that I'm quite a bit over-terminaled. If I get Ghost Ship attacked here, I have to decide what I want to buy. I think I want to buy a Lighthouse here to get protected. I'll top deck an estate just so I have a better developed target next turn. Decent chance to see some good stuff next turn, so they should not have a Ghost Ship here. The Devil's Workshop was something I could have considered on my first 4, but I already had 2 develops, and they immediately collided, so I feel like I don't know. It's not like the draws are against me. I could have taken a Devil's Workshop as well. I didn't have to take the second develop. I'm not really sure, but I don't know that I'm missing my develops missing the shuffle until after I've already bought the second develop. Okay, did not see the Ghost Ship yet, which is fine. I will gain another silver, and then trash a couple of coppers. Call that a turn. And I'm going to see the Ghost Ship here. I assume they're going to get an attack in, so I'll top deck 2 coppers and then just draw those. Probably buy a second Mining Village, given that I'm already terminal limited, but they've already trashed now a lot more cards than I have. Their deck is thin and active, so if I don't get my lighthouses down soon, and get the Devil's Workshop stuff going, but I think still I need a second Mining Village given all the terminals that I have. So did draw the Ghost Ship again. The Ghost Ship attack didn't work because they had played their Lighthouse. I can consider actually top decking Ghost Ship estate here. not getting an attack in because I expect them, but I haven't seen yet if they're going to play a Lighthouse. I suppose they aren't because they haven't played it yet, and they're playing that as dead draw, so they didn't see the Mining Village to play. So that's good. They got a Displace already, which makes sense. So I've got 5 here. I'm going to go ahead and get the second Ghost Ship. I would have liked to see this estate with the develop, but that does not appear to be what's going to happen. There's a decent chance they missed their second Ghost Ship here, I say, as they play it. So I at least get my Lighthouse down now, but I'm not going to draw very far through the deck. I'll at least get 1 trash in. And we'll be able to buy, I guess, a Squire. No, not be able to buy anything. But at least I've got protection for this turn. Hopefully, top deck a Ghost Ship here. This is my 9th game in this tournament. I feel in about 6 of the games I've been very, very significantly behind after turn 3 or 4, even with almost identical opens. So hopefully if I'm going to win some matches here, I'm going to have to change that. So for better or worse, I don't have any more Lighthouses down there. I think I'm going to develop this silver into a Devil's Workshop and a Squire, and buy a Lighthouse, something like that. I could also develop the state into silver, but I really want to gain a couple of cards. I know I have a Mining Village and a Ghost Ship down at the bottom of the deck along with the develop. So I'm going to take... I am going to go ahead and trash the estate. I don't need any more 3 costs. So take a Mining Village and a Lighthouse, and then buy a Devil's Workshop. Yes, I need to remember with develop you top deck those things. So I always forget that little bottom part of develop. Useful to note here. They had like a complete dud, which is quite unfortunate for them. I think their deck feels thinner than mine. So I can develop tricks again. I can develop this silver into Squire and Mining Village and put them on top, but I think I'm going to draw on here. I don't desperately want either of those things. Okay, now I can consider the same thing. I have another Ghost Ship. I'd really like to find the Devil's Workshop down and be able to trash 2 coppers, though. So I think I'm going to keep drawing. Play this. I've got 2 Lighthouses and I don't want to play them both. So I'm just going to play 1. And I'm going to need to add a little bit of economy to the deck. I'm a little bit anemic in terms of economy right now. Potentially you can do that with Displace. Once you have 1 gold, you can displace gold in the province and province back into gold. Considering, though, developing the silver into Mining Village Squire, I don't know, I kind of just want to gain... I guess I need to gain 2 cards this turn if I want to activate the Imp. So I could also consider developing the Lighthouse into silver. There's another develop down there actually I'd like to develop next turn. So I think I'm going to go ahead and play this Lighthouse. Decent chance to gain and play a Lighthouse next turn. I can even force that. And actually just buy another silver. I wonder if the Fortune Teller is worth it. It's probably not. Mining Village Squire. We'll buy another silver and gain an Imp. And I drew a Ghost Ship right at the top of that shuffle, which is quite nice. So I need to remember that if I want to get a Lighthouse and play this turn, I'm going to have to gain and play 1, which means I'm going to have to find my other develop. I do have 3 more Mining Villages and a Ghost Ship and an Imp down there, so in theory I should be able to draw through the deck. And they're already doing gold into province, so I need to try to get that going myself. I'm a turn or so behind, maybe a turn and a half behind, could be 2 turns behind. And here they're drawing deck quite nicely. The Imp's really helping that. They have one more village than me, same number of ghost ships. So it looks like getting displaces and getting golds and province stuff as quickly as possible is important for me. They're just gaining another gold and taking one out of exile, which makes sense. All right, I gotta keep drawing on here. Somewhere I have an Imp. Okay, the Imp is the very bottom card of the deck, which is not terrible, but it also means I don't get to gain and play. That last mining village could have been develop mining village into something, and very well should have been. I'm going to develop this mining village into mining village and Squire, I suppose, and trash the Squire for another ghost ship. And then buy my own Displace. I guess I need to get a Displace going before I get gold. Or perhaps I just buy gold and the next turn I province. I can't really province. I think Displace is the most important card. And unfortunately I'm going to get attacked here. I do have an Imp and a mining village on top, which I knew. The Imp being the very bottom card really hampered that turn quite a bit. Although it looks like I've gotten lucky here, and their turn has stalled out fairly quickly as well. Probably here I displace the ghost ship into a gold and buy a province if I can. Also worth noting that these mining villages we can trash for various benefits. Okay, so in the bottom 5 cards, I have Lighthouse, Ghost Ship, 2 mining villages, and Imp, so it's going to be a very nice start for the next turn. I think I'm going to, well, I can develop the Squire. 2 Imps probably feels like enough at this point. So I think I'm going to displace the Devil's Workshop now into gold. I don't really see a better opportunity to do it than now. And I've got a couple of Imps, and obviously they'll be nice moving forward, but it doesn't seem super likely that I'm going to make that work. So I can buy a gold here if I don't trash, or if I do trash, which seems better to do so. I can develop the Squire into a silver, take another ghost ship, and that'll leave me with 4 money. How much to do with 4 money in this kingdom? Buy another silver or something? Or I can just play the Squire, gain a silver, trash 2 coppers, and buy what? Another Devil's Workshop, another Squire. None of those things jump out at me as being particularly good. I think the most important thing to do is to thin the coppers. So play this for actions. And there's no more 4 costs that I want to buy. I think it's too late to go in on potions. And I guess thinning 2 coppers, I'll buy one silver back again. Fortune Teller doesn't seem like it'll have any effect. Another Squire doesn't seem like it's doing very much. I've got 2 Lighthouses. So it feels a little bit weak to be buying a silver at this stage of the game, but I think that'll give me another displaced target as well. Again, I feel like they're about a turn and a half ahead of me at this point. Even in their dud turn, last turn, they were able to province duchy, and with the develop hitting earlier, you know, especially the develop sewers line, it's really hard to hit 5 if you don't find your develop early. And that's what we saw with me. I found I had a really tough time hitting 5. I couldn't even hit 4, which they were able to do to get the early Devil's Workshop. And if you can hit the develop and get the silver on top of the deck, then you can buy your 5 cost on turn 4 or 5, which is what they were able to do. I wasn't able to get the ghost ship until turn 6. So They seem to have run out of draw here, potentially, or maybe they're considering gain and play stuff. They've got 4 imps. It seems unlikely that they would have run out of draw. Maybe they're doing gain and play stuff with develop, or maybe they have run out of draw. All right, so they just bought a province. Play all of the mining villages. I'm not going to trash any of them. I'll play an imp on a ghost ship now. Okay, Lighthouse. So I can potentially develop gold into a 5 cost, develop ghost ship into a 6 and a 4. Unfortunately, all the villages are gone. I do have a Squire down there, which is a source of plus buy, which I would like to find. So now I can play the mining village. Okay, so I can do some gain and play tricks here if I want to. I can displace the develop into a displace, which makes sense to me. Draw that up. And I can displace the province into gold and buy a gold, which also makes sense. Or I can gain a silver, draw that. I guess I need to have 2 golds in the deck for this stuff to be working. So gold into province makes the most sense to me. I don't really want to gain another silver. And I think I'm behind on the... Yeah, so I'm just going to buy a gold, get the gold out of the discard. I feel okay with my position. Again, I'm still behind at least a full turn. They'll have to have like a complete dud turn for me to catch up. And I believe they have a whole bunch of imps down here. Their deck sorted itself to the imps at the bottom and the mining villages and ghost ships at the top. It does look like they had a dud turn. No. They were able to find a Squire for the actions. Right. Okay. So this looks like it's going to be a full turn. In theory, they're going to be able to get at least 1 province, perhaps 2. My deck is capable of triple provincing with best draw. Trashing 5 mining villages gives me 10 coins. I've got a couple of silvers, 2 displaces, the lighthouses. So 16 money is possible, and then 2 provinces into two golds into province is possible. Is 16 money possible? It seems like it is possible. So the question is, am I going to go for it and try to win this turn with displace 2 golds into province and buy 2 provinces with the money from the 2 silvers that I have? I have 3 ghost ships, 5 mining villages, 2 imps, so I'm netting. So if I take the imp, the 3 ghost ships, the mining villages out of the draw pile, I think I can do 5 provinces if the deck is appropriately arranged. And I think I have to go for it because they're going to double province pretty easily next turn, and that puts this game out of reach. So I'm going to go ahead and trash all of these mining villages, and we'll see if I can get there. Don't trash here. This is not going well. I need to hit an imp. Okay. Trash. Don't trash. Ghost ship. Okay. So this looks like, if I'm not crazy, this looks like 4 province turn. I just was able to get there in the end. So I don't know what they could have done. They could have maybe just not taken a province at all, taken a duchy. And then if I get 4 provinces, they're still going to be able to come back on the last province and a bunch of duchies. I'm not sure. I'm really happy that I got the second displace. Obviously, the previous turn was able to sneak a win out there. And we move on to game 2.